If it's not rounded out too bad, the teeth on the T30 will grab it, and you can just, and it broke. And when I say it broke loose, it was like pow. Hey everybody, we're out here in the garage today. The Q just hit 136,000 miles. So I'm getting ready to do the transmission fluid, and we'll do the coolant and the thermostat. I'm going to do the transfer case. Either Mitsu right there. I think it'll take a little more, so a little purple too. But today I'm going to do something big. I'm going to do the spark plugs. This is one of those jobs where you look at it and it looks really, really bad, but it's not. Cool. That one's easy to get to. All right, that one's going to be rough. That one will be rough. That one will be rough. That one will be rough. That will be rough. But when you actually think about it and like look at it, you can take this throttle body loose and clear up 90% of the stuff back there. Same way over here, you take the throttle body loose and clear up like 90% of the stuff in your way. So something you're going to have to pay attention to is these are electronic throttle bodies, so they have a memory and a learn and a idle, whatever. So when you take them loose, don't unplug them, don't touch the butterfly, just undo the 4 bolts, kind of let it hang over. The coolant lines should keep it held up, but that'll let you get it out enough. And they have an O-ring in there. I have reused those O-rings several times. You can get those O-rings cheap if you want to replace them. You do have to take, I do recommend taking your intake loose too. It makes everything a lot easier. Not that big a deal. So we're going to start here. I'm just going to start taking stuff apart. We'll do one side, we'll do the other. You really don't need a whole lot of tools. You'll need a spark plug socket. You'll need a 10mm for the bolts here. You'll need a flathead to take this loose. You can use a flathead to pop this loose too. You really want, the only specialty tool you'll need is an Allen key, because these are Allen bolts. I'm not sure off the top of my head what size it is. Once I figure it out when we get to that step, I will tell you. Spark plugs. These are OEM Denso. I would recommend you use Denso or NGK. Any Japanese car, Denso or NGK. American car, I like Bosch. These are what I got. These are your spark plug. That's your part number. These are pre-gapped. The weird thing was, I ordered them on Napa, but from Napa you have to order, they come in boxes of 4, so you have to order 8, and then I had to return 2. But it was actually cheaper to buy 8 with a 20% off code, and then return 2, then go into the store and buy 6 of them without the code, so it evened out. It was just an extra step. We'll get started. So I'm sorry there's a fan going, it is hot. So there might be a little bit of background noise, but we'll get started here and we'll go from there. I'm gonna start on this side. We'll go back and we'll go from there. You have a stock intake, it's basically the same process. Make sure you unplug your math. I undid that. This is also good, the flathead, you can use it to push it here. Something I recommend doing is unplug this before you take the harness out, or before you take the coil pack out. Makes it easier. And we'll get this one done. We'll get it broke loose, pull it out, and we'll show you what it looks like. And things I should have told you. This is a 14mm spark plug socket. I didn't have one, AutoZone, Advanced, somewhere I went and got one. They had it in stock, 14mm spark plug socket. Okay, little trick to do is as you're doing this, see how that box is open, that box is open. That one's closed, this one's closed. The open ones have bad plugs in them. The closed ones have good plugs in them. That way, when you get done, you know which one has a good plug in it. Little things to remind you, oh hey, that one's bad, it's already been opened. It's kind of like whenever I do these, I wait till I get done to put the bolt back in that holds the cool pack down. So that way I know that if the bolt's undone, I've done the spark plug in that hole. Bolts out, pull this out. Okay, always check for oil. That'll tell you if the valve cover gasket is leaking. That's in the oil. It's good. Set this here. I'll grab my spark plug socket and pull that guy out of there. Got the first plug out. What's weird was the spark plug socket wasn't like, it came loose with it fine, but it wasn't wanting to pull it out. So I got a little magnet and just grabbed the end of it and slid it out. This is the FX24HR11. 24HR11. So this is the exact same plug. They don't look like too bad. I've seen a lot worse. It's weird that the like, if you look, it's not straight. But we'll stick another one in here, and then we'll move on to the next one. This should be an easy job. Just put a little suggestion in here before we get started. These Allen keys for throttle bodies are ultra tight, and I actually rounded one off. My suggestion is take some penetrating lubricant, some PB Blast or whatever, and you can actually get on the back side of the bolts and spray in there, and it will help. So that's my suggestion. Do that first. I think that one just rounded out on me. Yeah, me too. CV valve, breather, or whatever it is, loose, up out of the way. Comes off right there. Clip, set of channel locks. Got my tin loose, got my harness loose. Now we'll grab a spark plug out of there and stick another one in. The second one won't be a problem. If you do, you'll have to go to a shorter extension, and then you'll have to work right here, because my extension was bringing it to here and there wasn't enough room for the spark plug to come out. Second one's done. We're going to move over to the third one now, which should be pretty easy. Something else I've done is I took that is Gum Out brand carbon choke cleaner, or you can do carbon choke cleaner, intake cleaner, whatever they call it. And I always spray a little bit in here. I'll spray a little bit on the throttle body too. Don't touch it, don't wipe it off, just let it run off and dry. Get all that carbon buildup off of there. So we've got the front one, second one, then we do the third one, fourth one over there done. We'll reassemble everything, and me and Steve are going to see if we can get that bolt out and go to maybe Rural King or Fastenal, see if we can find one. Maybe I can get the next size up, Allen in it or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. A bit of a pain because we got to come past this and that. It's not bad, and I did put them in order: first, second, third. So we get that third plug out, get it changed. And me and Steve are going to figure out how to get that bolt loose and get them other two changed. So we'll go from there. I also took my air filters, sprayed them out with Dawn soap, like you're supposed to, and let them dry. Because on a hot day like this, it's a good day to let them dry. So everybody needs to know, if you do like me and round that bolt out, rounded it out. T30, Steve? Yeah. T30 Torx bit. T30. We'll go inside of there. If it's not rounded out too bad, the teeth on the T30 will grab it, and you can just, and it broke. And when I say it broke loose, it was like, pow! But what else I did was I sprayed the back of it with penetrating fluid and let it sit while we went and got another bolt. I found another bolt. I'll drop the size here. I actually took a picture of it. Our local Ace Hardware had it, but we've got that loose now. I'm gonna finish this side up, get it all buttoned back up, slide over here, do those two right there, put everything back together. This should have been like an hour job, but so, throttle body is off, thank goodness. I got the middle one loose. Like I said, I sprayed some carburetor cleaner, intake cleaner on them. Get this one. That one right there is going to be a little bit of a pain, but I think this hose right here, we'll just unclip and pull out of the way. Just slide it, like pull it out of that clip, pull it down, pull it out. I've already got the pull pack out, so I'll get my spark plug socket, get that plug out. On this last one back here, it's in a really weird angle because it shares a harness. You can see right here the two harnesses together. I do believe that's an O2 sensor it goes to, it looks like down there. But it's at like a perfect 90, so it's very hard to like get it loose don't pull it by the wires. What I did was I actually took 2 flatheads, pushed one down to unlock it like that, and then with my other hand took the other screwdriver and put it right here and just pushed it back. So we'll get this one out. This one you actually don't have to do anything, you can just hold it out of the way. Either way, and you can get it out. You just got to do it just right. We'll get that last one out. Steve's working on putting the intake back together over there. We'll get all those bolted down, throttle body on, put this back together. Done. Together, I also cleaned my intake filters. So I'll grab my keys. We'll start this thing, and fingers crossed. Check engine lights. You get the check engine light before? No, but it was getting really bad gas mileage and acted like it was struggling to start. And sometimes when I would like come to a stop, the idle would drop and the battery light would come on. It was only about 30,000 miles overdue. So. But it's supposed to be like once ever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know my truck, my blue truck there, I changed them at 100,000 and they look almost as good as
Those didn't look bad.
Well, yeah, but these here almost look brand new. The ones I took out of it.
Hey, those don't look bad at all. I mean, the tips were a little bit, but it doesn't look bad.
I need to look at that. They get good mileage anymore. Used to, a long time ago, 15, 20,000 to change the brakes.
Oh yeah. Well, now they're telling you if you don't get 100, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, as you can tell, it's running. Sounds good. There is no check engine light. It actually, I can tell it started better. It was starting to get a little bit worse gas mileage, and like I was telling Steve, every now and then if I was driving and I came to like, if I was driving like in town in traffic, and it was just red lights, red lights, red lights, red light, the idle would kind of dip, and sometimes when it would dip, the battery light would come on, and as soon as it come back up. So I think the idle, spark plugs were messing with the idle. But as you saw, it started really good. I think it's actually idling better. So now the next step in this process, I've cleaned my air filter, changed my spark plugs. This is when I recommend you do a fuel injector cleaner, because this, with the plugs being brand new, super hot, fresh, full strength, it'll burn better. So all that stuff it knocks loose hypothetically would burn better and combust better and go out the tailpipe or get caught in the cat, whatever. So this is the time to do a fuel injection treatment right after you do spark plugs. So thanks everybody. If it had not been for that one bolt, this would have been like an hour job tops. Just be careful. If I had to do this over again, I would replace all 8 of those bolts. So that's something I may do in the future. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.